Okay, good morning. Just walking in the last few hundred meters to Burgos, or actually to Burgos Cathedral. So as you can see, Burgos is a very nice town, very beautiful, picturesque. Just looking at this little avenue with the trees, everything is really, really beautiful. You can see this little park next to the river. Nicely sculptured things, very well done. Burgos, of course, is got a beautiful cathedral which we'll walk past, and it's also very famous for its food and for its pinchos, which are the little treats of various sorts that you can have in the evening. So people traditionally come out and have a couple glasses of wine and some pinchos and sit and chat to everybody else. So after Burgos, we've probably got another 22 kilometers to do. All depends though how the bodies, of course, nothing's written in stone, but there's a set of villages at reasonably regular intervals. So we can see just some over there, some more memorabilia of certain people, whoever they were, not being up on the history of Spain. I couldn't say. Of course, if it was somewhere else, it would be a little bit different. Still just enjoying this part of the walking along this nice lined avenue, I always call it, with the beautiful trees and the shade. So, and then I'll keep talking for a minute, because in a second or two we're going to just go through a gate. We'll see a gate again. As you can see, lots of restaurants just beginning to open up as we go through. There's a nice little bakery over there. It looks really, really, really nice, the bakery. So here we go, just coming up, heading in the direction of the cathedral. So a nice view of the cathedral, stunning with the sun shining on it. Great, really, really cool. So, wow. So I come in a different route to the normal one, so this is quite spectacular, really. Let's just have a quick look around. The little square. Of course, said it's early in the morning, so it's relatively quiet. There's our friend Neptune with his, or Neptune I presume, with his shell around his neck. And then let's just have a walk around the corner over here, and then you can see parts of the cathedral. The Catedrale de Santa Maria, so the Cathedral of St. Mary. Again, lots of nice little restaurants, things around. A nice place. And then just another view of the cathedral. Absolutely stunning, I would say. Let's just take one last little walk down to the bridge through the thing that you can see. Just be a bit of fun to walk through the under the arches here. You can see we're going through here. Everybody walking around very pleasantly, relaxed. Sunday morning, they're quite up quite early. Everybody looks pretty pleasant, calm, relaxed. There you go, nice. And then we come out and we're on the avenue that we were walking down earlier, next to the river. And let's just peep over and see if there's any water left, because of course even in this part of the Spain we've had a lot of very, very, very dry weather. And you can see beautifully laid out as the trees go on for a while. So there you go, there's the river. From here you can see the bridge. Okay, get back to you later on. Thank you very much. Okay, hello again. Just quick update on my way leaving Burgos. So I'm going to go through the gate and then walk for a while and head out onto the Meseta, which is the so-called Meseta, is a high flat plain in Spain. Let's see how it goes. Not much shade. Normally it's a bit breezy, so that compensates for maybe the heat. Today's weather is okay. It's supposed to be up to about 28, 29. Possibility of some rain later in the afternoon, but we'll see how that goes. So there we go, that's where we're going to go through the gate up ahead. Just going to walk down the slope and then we'll go. It's a bit of the first bit. We're always walking in and out of these towns. There's always quite a bit of a mission, but that's how it is. So see you later. It's a while now since I left Burgos and I'm reaching my destination. So we're walking through Meseta. You can see very flat, very few trees, almost treeless. Apparently this part of the Camino, or the one I'm just walking through now, was mostly sand in previous times. Now it's got a lot of grain, a lot of wheat production that's happened. You can see from the yellow fields it's all been harvested. Up ahead in the distance, where you can see the next range of hills appearing, that's Hornias. That's where I'm going to stay this evening. At the moment the temperature is pretty warm. It's just over 30 degrees, however no shade, so the temperature in the sun is quite extreme. So I will close off for now and we'll catch up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow I'm going to try and make an early start, so about 5:30 in the morning, to avoid the heat when there's no shade or no cover really to use. So that's my strategy for the next few days until the temperature changes. See you then. Bye. Okay, good morning. On my way to Hontanas. I've been walking for about an hour and a half now through the Meseta. It's quite pleasant at the moment. Yesterday was quite tough. In the end, the last 7 kilometers were pretty warm, and I've spent the whole day walking on tarmac or paving stones so feet were pretty knackered. Today's a bit better. It's a gravel path. At the moment the scenery is nice. If I turn around, you can see the sun has come up. In about 10 minutes, hopefully, we'll be coming to Hontanas. It looks pretty flat at the moment. Hontanas lies in a little valley, and the cute thing is that you don't really see that you're there until you're there. So I guess that'll be about 10 minutes. So I'll come back when we wander down into Hontanas. Okay, just coming into Hontanas in a little while, in about a couple of minutes. In the meantime, the sun is on its way out. And as the sun rises, so do the sunflowers. They're all pointing in the right direction, lifting their heads up, getting ready for the day. So you can see lovely fields of sunflowers, wide open landscapes, and again the sun is now above the horizon. And up ahead we should come to Hontanas in a second or two. Wind's a bit fresh, but it's okay. Let's see what the day brings. Slightly apprehensive today. As I said earlier, yesterday was quite warm. Today's supposed to be even a couple of degrees warmer. So I set off, I guess, an hour, 45 minutes earlier to make do with a cool morning. And as a treat, I had the most amazing view of the stars on the Milky Way. It was very dry here, we're quite high up already, breeze blowing, no clouds in the sky, so I had a beautiful view of the stars. In the Milky Way, literally could see the Milky Way and the millions of stars, and then just the milky cloud, as they call it, of stars that were hanging around in the sky. So that's getting up early, although it's pretty not tough, but I'm sort of naturally like to sort of wait till the sun rises and then I rise with the sun, like the sunflowers, but this time it was really worth it. So just down below you might just be able to see the town of Hontanas in a second. Nestled in a little valley, not much there, one street of a few houses and a church, and that's it, but kind of cute because you just turn up and it's there. You walk along this flat Meseta path road, and then you come into this little valley down below, and then you see the town. There you go, not much there. Let's just wander down the path slightly and then we can see. So today there are a few sites on the way. There's a ruined abbey where literally the road goes through the middle of it, so that will be pretty cool. There's an old tower, I don't know what it's for, along the way. I'll show that to you as well. Okay, so just come to Hontanas. I'll catch up in a little while. Okay, so there you can see the street, Hontanas. I'm just going to, first up before I walk down, fill up my water bottle with water. It's always important to keep up with the water supplies. So there's a little place to sit, some benches. There's a typical fountain coming up ahead. So hopefully I can get some water out of this. Bit of a complicated procedure, holding the camera in one hand, but I think I did it. Right. And then just walking down the street, some people hanging out, I don't know what they're doing, looking for some place to get a cup of coffee, I presume. I hope that there's somewhere that's open, so we'll see down below. I might just switch off for a second. Okay, just a quick view of the town, or the street. As you can see, very old buildings. We've mostly been renovated. Never used to be like this. I think 10 years ago this was completely different. It was a town of many ruins, and now due to the Camino it's changed quite a lot. For the better with the look of things, it still keeps its very nice character, but has got something different to it. So I'm just strolling down the road and then see what happens. Catch up later on. Okay, left Fontanes a while back, just walking along the side of a valley. The sun has come out, as you can see, not a cloud in the sky, and just up to the side there is a tower. I have no idea what its intention is, what it looks like, what it's for. Looks pretty old at any rate. So you can see the path, the stone walls on the side. It's not as bad as it looks. Most of the time it's been pretty smooth and level. A few stones, but not so bad. So we're heading slightly down, and then in a few kilometers we come to the ruins of an old abbey, which again I'll show you. Maybe we can get a view of the tower against the sunlight. Just 1 second, see if we can get it there. Let's have a look. See if the camera does the job. Give it another try. There you go. Let's see. It's a pocket Osmo, so the resolution's okay, but of course the sensor's not that big. So it's probably, some tasks are quite difficult for the camera, but I can only recommend for walking and doing what I'm doing, although I'm not using it optimally. I'm still holding in my hand. I could be using a selfie stick or something else to get a bit more stabilization, but whilst you're walking with this kind of path with these stones, the whole process of taking out a thing, hooking it up. If I've got a selfie stick, then I need to attach the external microphone. So it's all pretty much a huge process. And as I said before, the aim is actually to walk, and maybe to do some filming. I should try on some smoother sections. Maybe at the Abbey I'll use a a stick or something, a selfie stick. I have to get the microphone out, attach it to myself, attach it to the camera. So that's a bit of a process. So, however, I can only say that for the kind of filming and walking I'm doing, this little camera is fantastic. I would recommend it to anybody. It's so easy to use. It does good photographs as well. Considering I'm not holding it very securely, holding it close to my mouth to be able to talk, there's a lot of movement, and the video quality is pretty good considering. In this kind of light, it's ideal. Personally, unless you have a pretty high-end spec for mobile phones, so we're talking, 800-900 euros plus top end of the range, then for the price of this little device with a stabilized, properly 3-axis stabilized camera that takes out all the shakes, or a lot of the shakes, with a gimbal, it's a pretty nifty piece of equipment, and can be mounted on a tripod, can be used with a mobile phone. So outstanding piece of equipment. I wish I'd bought one earlier instead of trying various other combinations. Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you later. Okay, just approaching the ruins of St. Anton from the 14th century. We'll have a quick look inside. In previous times it was not possible to go inside, so I'm very interested to have a quick walk through. They've changed it. There you go, beautiful. There's a little albergue here. Just a quick walk around so you can see. Beautifully done, lovely place to stay, would be fantastic. Massive old building, now inhabited by mostly pigeons. See if we can get a view from up here. Wonderful experience to see. And then there you go. Again, another look at the road, going right underneath the remains of the old church. in its time must have been a wonderful place. Obviously a lot of effort gone into building, not only building, decorating, organising the whole building. Right, thank you very much for that interesting little snippet. Okay, just coming down to a fairly steep downhill. Just walked up a huge hill. Now we've got a huge descent coming down the other side. So I just thought I'd like to share the view with you before I get into the descent and have to pack everything away. And down we go. Have to just watch the knees. Speak later. Okay, good morning to you all. Just walking into Fromista along the canal. Very pleasant walk this morning so far. Once again left quite early due to the heat again today. But this part at the moment is pretty cool. It's a bit windy, but very pleasant. You can see lined by trees. Very, very, very pleasant to walk along. Today's part of the Camino is going to be about 34 kilometers long. Trying to get to the town after that, then my stop tomorrow. There's a long 20 kilometer, not 20, about 18 kilometers, where there's very, very little. So everybody tries to get to the starting point of the long walk, the long session. So that's what I'll be doing as well. Just enjoying the time at the moment. In a little while the canal will come to a series of locks, which we can have a look at. Also just about 10 kilometers to go, and this we're walking beautiful views over here. Road reflection now. As in the next few days, there's quite a lot of these sections, not on the road, but stuff off the water. Next to the road, I'll speak to you in a little while when we get to the go at a decent pace, and the underfoot it's not too bad. So I'll just show you this bit. Of course, I thought I'd show you this bit because we just approaching Fromista now. Tree, so just to break up the, as you can see, the monotony of the pretty long, straight, spectacular 10 kilometers. Just a little bit of fun for you. Beautiful views. In a moment we'll come to the locks where we go over the canal and then down into Fromista. So I'll keep the camera running for a couple of minutes. Just also doing some shots with my phone. Just to look back. And there's a little notice board up ahead which we can have a quick look at. Okay, there seems to be something happening there. Two guys are working on something. I don't know if you can cross or whether they're organising everything. So let's see what he's doing in a minute. Maybe they're just cleaning things out or organising something. Okay, I'm just going to give you a look around the albergue I'm staying in so you can get an impression of this one in Carrion de los Condes.